PlayStation VR2 owners, our time has come. There's a whole world of VR games on PC ready for you to explore. But which games are worth diving into? If you're like me, then you blissfully got yourself a PSVR2 headset, ready to take on the VR games that the PlayStation had to offer. Only to find that after a couple of months, you've exhausted that collection and then longingly looked over to the PC VR gamers at all the fun they were having with their never-ending library that you cannot touch. But now arise, PSVR2 owners, for PlayStation has now brought out a PC adapter and you can now venture off into the world of Steam VR titles. However, there are over 2,000 to choose from, so I am here to help you with the 9 must-play VR games on Steam that you have to play straight away. But first, hit like and subscribe to help me make more videos like this. Ever wondered what it'd be like to step into the world of Skyrim and experience it firsthand? Imagine battling dragons, exploring ancient ruins, and saving the world, all in stunning virtual reality. In Skyrim VR, Bethesda Game Studios reimagines the epic fantasy masterpiece with unmatched scale and immersion. Experience Tamriel like never before, where you are the Dragonborn, the hero destined to defeat Alduin the World Eater. This full-length open-world game includes the core game and all add-ons. With VR, sword fighting and archery feels incredibly real, and the expansive landscapes of Skyrim come to life all around you. To get the absolute best out of Skyrim VR, modding is essential. Mods like Dragonborn Speaks Naturally lets you use your voice for dialogue, and VRIK or Rick, which adds a fully interactive body that you can store your weapons on. These mods heighten the immersion and makes every action feel more natural and engaging. Whether it's your first playthrough or your 100th, the sense of adventure and gripping storyline will make you lose track of time, making it a must-play for any RPG fan. So, are you ready to lose yourself in one of the greatest fantasy worlds ever created? Have you ever wanted to be a ghost hunter? Then brace yourself for Phasmophobia, a shit-your-pants scary, 4-player online co-op psychological horror game. You and your team of paranormal investigators will explore haunted locations armed with ghost hunting equipment like EMF readers, spirit boxes, and night vision cameras. Gather as much evidence of paranormal activity as you can and identify the ghost that haunts it. Each investigation is unique, with over 20 different ghost types to identify, each with their own traits and abilities. You'll be on the edge of your seat, interacting with ghosts through Ouija boards and EVP sessions, all while trying to keep your sanity intact. The realistic graphics and sounds create an immersive experience that will have you jumping at every creak and whisper. If you enjoyed the films 13 Ghosts or Paranormal Activity, you will love this. It's hilarious to play with friends, especially when you hear each other scream. Trust me, it's better to play with mates if you're a wuss like me. Dive headfirst into the action or play it safe and support your team from the truck by monitoring the investigation with CCTV and motion sensors. Shit yourself in VR. You're welcome. Imagine stepping out of a vault in a nuclear wasteland, your heart pounding with anticipation and fear. Welcome to Fallout 4 VR, where the post-apocalyptic world of Bethesda's award-winning game comes to life in breathtaking virtual reality. As the sole survivor of Vault 111, you awaken to a world devastated by nuclear war. Find your missing child and navigate the dangers of the Boston wasteland. Explore, fight, craft, and build your way through a land filled with mutants, raiders, and an enigmatic institute. The freedom of VR makes every encounter and decision feel intensely real. Roam the desolate landscape armed and ready while listening to the nostalgic tunes of the in-game radio. It's a journey filled with jaw-dropping moments from battling giant mutants to discovering hidden vaults. If you've recently watched the Fallout TV series on Prime, this game is the perfect way to dive deeper into its universe. However, to get the best experience, modding is essential. With the right mods, Fallout 4 VR transforms into a smooth, visually stunning adventure. This one isn't for the faint of heart, and I'm not gonna lie to you and say I played more than 10 minutes of this because my weak ass couldn't handle it. I wish it could, because what I saw was incredible, but I'm just not cut out for it. Resident Evil 7 is a terrifying survival horror game that delivers an immersive and unforgettable experience. Set in an abandoned southern farmhouse, you play as Ethan Winters, searching for his long-missing wife Mia. The game's first-person perspective plunges you into horror like you've never seen before. As you explore the derelict plantation, you encounter the infected Baker family and face grotesque enemies in a tense atmosphere that harkens back to the franchise's roots. One of the standout features is the game's eerie atmosphere. Every creak, shadow, and distant whisper keeps you on edge, and the gruesome enemies only heighten the fear. From solving puzzles to intense combat, Resident Evil 7 offers a perfect balance of exploration and survival horror. The multiple endings add a layer of depth, making each choice impactful and replayable. For the fans of the genre, this game is a must-play. The sense of dread and isolation is palpable, and the storyline grips you from start to finish. Survival horror at its absolute finest, Resident Evil will test your nerves and keep you coming back for more. Unless you like me, who shat herself in the first 10 minutes. Ever dreamt of being an earthbender? In Rumble, you control the earth by performing special martial arts inspired movements. With every precise hand movement, you can manipulate rocks, pulling them from the ground or hurling them at opponents. It's a game that demands skill and practice, but the payoff is immense for those who are willing to invest the time. Start your journey in the gym where you learn basics and refine your techniques. Once you've honed your skills, take on other players in the Rumble arena. Each duel is a test of knowledge, creativity and reflexes. Win matches, climb the ranks and unlock new moves to further enhance your fighting style. For a change of pace, head to the park where up to 6 players can train together, play minigames or host tournaments. It's a great way to practice with friends or meet new fighters in a more relaxed setting. There's a real emphasis on precise movements and strategy. It truly feels like you're learning and using martial arts, which I appreciate as a first-hand black belt in karate myself. However, it's not for everyone. There is a steep learning curve and it's currently in early access, so the player base is still growing. If you're up for the challenge and have the patience to master its mechanics, Rumble offers a unique and rewarding VR experience that brings the thrill of earthbending to life. For those with Phasmophobia, turn away now. This is not for you. You've crash landed on an alien planet covered by an ocean. Your journey begins in a life pod and the only way to go is down. Explore vibrant coral reefs, bioluminescence, shadowy caves and treacherous deep sea trenches. Craft equipment, pilot submarines and outsmart wildlife to survive. Manage your oxygen supply as you navigate through kelp forests, reefs and underwater rivers teeming with life. Some helpful, but many deadly. The clock is ticking to find water and food and develop the tools needed to explore deeper. Gather resources, craft diving gear, and build bases on the sea floor. As you delve into the ocean's mysteries, you encounter signs of an ancient civilization and a strange infection spreading among sea life. What caused your crash, and can you uncover the secrets of the world and escape alive? But be aware, when the sun sets, predators emerge. Safe areas by day become dangerous at night. Nothing strikes terror like running out of oxygen in the dark, mysterious depths, and you'll never forget your first encounter with a Reaper Leviathan. Dive into Subnautica for an unforgettable survival adventure. Ever wondered what it feels like to survive in a dystopian nightmare? This game is Stalker meets Metro. Into the Radius takes place in an alternate reality where in 1987, the Petrovsk event changed everything for a quiet Soviet mining town. Locals describe the event as a short earthquake, which caused clouds of dust to rise into the sky, reducing visibility to almost nothing. After the dust settled, they stated seeing a huge dark red orb in the sky, with black ash floating around the area. You navigate surreal landscapes filled with dangerous anomalies, armed with realistic firearms that need regular repair and cleaning. Scavenge for loot, recover strange artifacts, and unravel the mysteries of this unforgiving environment. With dozens of hours of slow-paced, suspenseful survival, the game's bleak atmosphere and diverse locations, from vast forests and swamps to crumbling industrial ruins, keeps you constantly on edge. You have to manage your inventory meticulously to ensure quick access to weapons, ammo, and food. The scarcity of these resources makes every decision crucial, and every encounter with hostile creatures gut-wrenching. Day and night cycles add another layer of strategy. Scout and scavenge during the day, sneak and evade enemies under the cover of night. The realistic handling of various weapons and the constant threat of fragments and mimics makes survival a relentless challenge. You'll be torn between the thrill of exploration and the sheer terror of what lurks in the shadows. Don't sleep on this one. It's an experience that will have you on the edge of your seat, heart pounding and adrenaline pumping. This is a staple VR game, and if you've been to one of those VR bar things, you might have already played this. But I'm adding it in because it really is a must play if you haven't already. Richie's plank experience puts you 80 stories high on a virtual plank, and boy, if you have a fear of heights, you're gonna feel this. Your palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on your sweater already. Mum's spaghetti. Do you walk out or do you freeze? It's a fun psychological adventure that tests your courage. You can even use a real-world plank to walk along for added realism. The best bit is watching others absolutely freak out. It's proper hilarious and great bonding time. There's not just plank walking though. The Skybrush level offers a zen-like skywriting experience, while Hero Academy lets you fly through the city in rocket race, save the city in missile defense, and extinguish fires in firefight. If you're feeling adventurous, try the infamous nightmare mode in the hidden elevator panel. Whether you're a VR veteran or a newbie, Richie's plank experience is a must-try. If you want to experience the very best that VR gaming has to offer, look no further than Half-Life Alyx. There's a lot of people that will say it's the best VR of all time, and possibly one of the best games period. This masterpiece from Valve is set between the events of Half-Life and Half-Life 2. You play as Alyx Vance, humanity's last hope against the vicious alien race known as the Combine. As you navigate through a world where the Combine's control is tightening, you and your dad, Dr. Eli Vance, work to build a resistance. Built from the ground up for virtual reality, Half-Life Alyx immerses you in deep environmental interactions, puzzle solving, world exploration, and visceral combat. You'll lean around corners to make impossible shots, rummage through shelves for supplies, hack alien interfaces, and toss objects to distract enemies. The gameplay is so immersive, you'll forget what reality is. This game is a literal masterpiece. From the visuals and the music to a story that leaves you questioning everything, Valve has created a VR experience that rivals all other Half-Life titles. But a word of advice: don't start with this game. It's years ahead of every other VR game out there. Playing it first will make every other VR experience feel like a letdown. Half-Life Alyx is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that showcases the true potential of VR gaming. So, what do you think? Is this the best VR game of all time? Download it and find out for yourself. Let me know what your favourite PC VR games are, or if I've missed any that should be on this list. I really hope you enjoyed this video and maybe found a few new games to try out. If you did, hit me a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.